said something in your remarks. You talked about, it spurred the thought about, why sometimes these smart city projects don't take off. You have to industrialize the approach.
Yes, you do.
You can't have every city be a one-off. So, we focus on standard architectures and that sort of thing. Otherwise every, mayor feels like they're subjected to being the laboratory versus getting these productized or industrialized approaches so that they're repeatable. It's what you said about replication and repeatability.
And the fast follower thing. It's like Camden Yards produced the Jake in Cleveland, and everybody wanted one of those, and now everybody does. Everybody has one.
Since we're sitting in the home of money here in New York, that's how you're going to get these funding of public-private partnerships, is they have to be printed on a printing press almost that says this is how we structure the deal, and this is how much equity you need, and this is how much return you're going to get, and they sell them like newspapers on the corner.
Marty's hit it. Yeah, and if you really want to know what's next, follow the venture capitalists. Do you know where half of the VC money is going in high tech now? Digitization, the Internet of Things. Smart cities, smart countries, smart companies.
Because they're maybe even faster followers than cities.
Spain is one of the pigs in Europe. Is believed to be, very close to a default situation, certainly compared to Germany. I mean, it's not, but it's got a lot of serious debt problems. How did Barcelona finance what it did?
They did it purely off of creation. Each step they made, it paid for itself. So it was basic, and I know there are a lot of views for startups that don't worry about profits, just get eyeballs and market share, and you'll figure out how to make profits 10 years later. I come more out of the school that my dad taught me, which is you make profits as you go, you become as profitable as quickly as you can. So they focused on running a surplus rather than a deficit from the beginning. They outlined the steps, they paid for it as they went, and they did some creative marketing things that probably we're just beginning to grasp. Everything will become as a service. Your public transportation will show up when you need it. It will reroute buses and cars based upon that. It'll be more the Uber model. Your garbage, instead of being collected on a Monday, will have sensors in it, and it will collect when it's time. And the garbage sensors in there will also collect hazardous material, waste material that have to be dealt with differently, or heaven forbid somebody put a device in there that could be a security issue. And so they paid for it as they went, but they had the courage and the vision to outline it, and then they really put pressure on us to move at tremendous speed, which was the right thing to do.
And the industrialization thing that you talked about, Amy, is really, really important. And, I used to work for Jack Welch, at NBC. And I do know that in a crowd like this, you're not going to go wrong by quoting Jack Welch per se. Although, since you said growth covers up a lot of setbacks.
It does.
And I mean, I think in GE, the case in GE, some could say that Jack or the people behind Jack steered GE into finance for too long. That GE was basically leveraging its sort of company buying and selling as a way of projecting its growth, and its industrial capabilities languished to a certain extent. And now Immelt is really trying to turn it around. Do you think he's going to succeed?
Yes, I think Jeff will succeed, but to your point, and this is a key takeaway for everybody in the room, the 3 reasons companies fail. Number 1, they miss market transitions. By the way, this applies to cities and countries. They can be technology, they can be economic. Number 2, they stay doing the right thing too long. GE stayed doing the right thing way too long. And number 3, they fail to reinvent themselves at the top and throughout the company, where reinvention is a given. And as basic as that sounds, that's what a CEO or a mayor or a government leader has to navigate through. So where you made your profits today, it's unrealistic to think that you're going to be making profits in that area 10 years later. It will commoditize, or it will be a different way. So they stay doing the right thing way too long.
Marty, when they were laying fiber in New York, I remember talking to the engineers who were laying the cables, and they knew it was fiber, and they understood that they were laying the future, that this wasn't just a job. They were laying the future, and they would say to me, because I'm such a what's this job about? All those signs where it says what's happening here. I read every single damn one of them. It's like, what's this building? I just love to know what's going on. I just sit around on the 2nd Avenue subway where they're building over on the east side. I just go there and sit. Other people, it's a traffic problem. I just sit there and watch and see if I can see a big machine come out of a hole somewhere. I just love that. But that's just the way I am.
You should come to work with us.
Yeah, exactly. Are your implementers aware of what it is they're creating?
Yeah, I think they really are. Our mission statement says Black & Veatch is about building a world of difference. And it's a tremendous recruiting tool for us. We see a lot of people attracted to coming to work in our organization because they are making a difference, whether it's electricity or water or telecommunications and those kind of infrastructure systems. It's a powerful recruiting tool to think you're going to do something that's going to make the world a difference in the way they live and people work. So yeah, it's very powerful and it's very helpful.